Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining this live weather briefing. This is Jacques Williams, meteorologist and researcher here, giving you all an update regarding the severe weather potential for Sunday, the 24th. And we're going to go ahead and go through some model data here that's a depiction of what radar may look like at the time it enters our viewing area and parts of St. Louis and southern Illinois and southeast Missouri. So we're going to go ahead and go back here. We're going to go ahead and go back over here. This is the HRRR model, and it's done a pretty good job at handling the situation so far. Up here in, let's see, let's go ahead and get up to initiation here. So at 21Z, 1 or 2 o'clock tomorrow, we're starting to see the line start to initiate over here in western Missouri and near the Joplin area. And then as it continues, it rapidly starts to strengthen, becomes, you see these individual cells, you see these little kinks right here. Most of these will be rotating and to some degree where these little kinks are right here. This is what I'm looking at right here. Each model run has indicated that there will be storm activity developing out ahead of the main line. Any storms that develop ahead of the actual cold front do have the risk of having a tornado, large hail, and damaging winds. Severe weather potential within these individual cells are far greater. As they progress, the initial line, at least the central part of the line, starts to interact with a new line that develops out ahead of it. And this is actually the supercells that you've seen develop out ahead of the line. As it progresses, it's going to form and what I'm thinking what's going to happen, especially for the southeast Missouri area and southern Illinois, anything west of the 57 interstate, you see these little kinks right here, right there, and right here, and right there. That's those most. What this is basically telling me is that this is most likely rotating, meaning that we could possibly have some tornadoes. There will be some tornado warnings possibly with this as it comes through. And as you can see, this is this is between 6 and 7 o'clock. You're starting to see these nice bowing figures here. One up here and near the St. Louis area, and then over here in southeast Missouri. That indicates probably about 60 to 70 mile an hour winds in that. And there's little kinks still along with this as well as it progresses through. And then it's up here near Mount Vernon, Nashville area, Chester, Illinois, and DeSoto and these areas. I'm still seeing some very good bowing right here, which would be indicative of some very strong straight line winds, probably most likely between 60 and 70 miles an hour, maybe slightly higher. And then there's still some slight kinks within this line at this time. Over here in southeast Missouri, these individual cells are most likely going to be supercells. Those will have more of a stronger tornado chance with those. As it does progress, moves into Jackson County, Mount Vernon, and these general counties here in southern Illinois. It's still looking quite strong. Actually, what we've seen over here in southeast Missouri is a little bit further over here. So we got Union County. So anything that is that's west of 57, be mindful the tornado parameters west of 57 are much greater than it is east of 57. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward it. So it actually does show some type of intensification right as it interacts with Jackson County and Union County up to Mount Vernon, DuQuoin, Marion, and right on the Interstate 57 line right here. It actually shows some helicity swaths that tells me that and also shows some kinks. Like right here, for example, we have a nice little kink right here. And so that tells me that there's some rotation in these, and also some very strong winds, very strong winds, probably some destructive straight line winds. And then it's also, it's still maintaining its strength down here. It's still very good looking. And then so we're going to go ahead and look at the surface products. We're going to look at temperatures. We'll show you all what the temperatures are going to be like tomorrow. So overnight, our temperatures are going to steadily rise. We have a warm front that's rising up north. And we're actually going to climb. Our temperatures are going to climb throughout the night here in southern Illinois and southeast Missouri. And as we continue on here, we're going to go ahead and skip to early afternoon between 12 and 1 and 2 o'clock. We're already up in the mid 70s to high 70s. I wouldn't be surprised to see some 80s. And then as it continues late into the evening and through the night, till that cold front comes through. So we're going to remain sticky and pretty humid. Once that cold front comes through during the early morning on Monday and during Monday, it's going to be pretty chilly out between mid upper 40s to low 50s the further north and close to 60 to the south in the boot heel. We're going to look at dew points as this plays a big factor here on the development. We're looking at 3 o'clock Sunday, and you see this area, these are dew points. This measures the moisture in the atmosphere. And we have some very high dew points for this time of year, 60s and almost 70, with a nice pooling up here in central Illinois. And it continues to be a nice area of very supportive dew points. This is a very experimental product here that I want to show everyone. This is wind gusts. This is a model. It's just a depiction of what could happen in some of these storms. This is the wind gust parameter. So this is where it'd be entering kind of close to Nashville and DeSoto. We're looking at 60 and 65 mile-an-hour gusts right here. As it continues, Mount Vernon, same 60, 65, 70 in those areas there, and it continues on through. We'll look at the Supercell Composite and give everyone kind of an idea here. So the Supercell Composite is painting a pretty good picture for storm development in this area as well. Actually, it looks a little bit more aggressive now on the approach of that cold front. And probably what's on everyone's mind is the tornado parameters. The tornado parameters are here. They're not strong, but I'm not gonna rule out a possible tornado or two. Um, and definitely keep your eye on the weather, your weather outlets. We will be following this. We will be live intercepting this out over here in Joplin and Sedalia. And then we'll be following all the way over into the viewing area as well throughout the evening and night to keep everyone kind of informed of what's going on. So this is what the SPC currently has it outlooked at. Most of all of southern Illinois, all of our viewing areas underneath a slight risk. In some of our counties, from 57 west is underneath enhanced risk. And somewhere, there's probably a pretty good chance, somewhere over here in central Missouri or southwestern Missouri, they're going to probably upgrade that to a moderate risk. Exactly where, not too sure right now, but we have a general idea about possibly where they will put it. But nonetheless, even if you're near a slight risk, doesn't matter. You can still get some very severe weather out of this for tomorrow night. So that being said, I hope everyone's enjoyed this live, and we will keep you all abreast of the situation, what's going on. Chad will be with me tomorrow during this event. We'll